What is up, my nerds? It's Friday. It's October. I can't believe it feels like I was just saying, holy shit, it's September. And now I'm saying, holy shit, it's already October. Life is like a roll of toilet paper. The closer you get to the end of it, the faster it goes. I swear to God. How's everybody doing? BMGJet was first in chat today. Thank you so much for that. What's going on in chat? Let's see. What do I got to catch up on? This is like our support meeting after forced wipe. I like that. How did it go? How was everybody's wipe? I actually didn't think it went too bad. Now, granted, I don't use custom maps, so that's not an issue for me. But other than that, it shouldn't have been too bad, I don't think. So I'm trying something new today. We're gonna get back. I want to know how everyone's wipe went. So we're gonna come back to that. But I'm trying something new by having the chat on screen like that. If that gets annoying or something, let me know, because I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it was surprisingly easy. Mugtak, how's it going? Old Bitches Gaming, welcome, welcome. Yeah, the thing with the attack helicopters, that was a thing, but it has been patched. BMG said exactly that. Yep. There was a lot of plugin updates. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep. Skill tree got screwed up, did it? Okay. Oh, okay, interesting. I don't use skill tree on my live servers, so I didn't experience that. Trying something a little bit different here with my layouts here, so that hopefully things go. I'm hoping that things go smoothly, even though I'm changing so many things around on the back end. You know, it's weird. I've been doing this for so long. I don't even know. Like, well, if I included the years that I was streaming on Twitch, to nobody, I'm probably going on 6 or maybe even 7 years now. And still, when I go to hit that live button, I still get that weird butterfly feeling in my stomach. It's just the nerves, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what, I'm still going live in front of however many people. It's still a little nerve-wracking, which I find, I don't know, it's kind of funny, I guess. Kind of funny. Yeah, okay, Kyle, that's a valid point. But I'll change it when I'm not on this screen. Pwned with style, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, and that's another thing I added too, was these messages. If they get super annoying too, I'll punt those. But for most of you, that won't be an issue. So what did that look like? So have you saw? Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so that did come through. That I do want that on there. That's good. Oh, see, I can already see a problem. So let's move that just a yet a bit. Oh, isn't that funny? Well, that's weird. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that's weird. It wouldn't let me move that. That's stupid. That's dumb. Dumb. All right. Hate ads. Oh, did you get an ad? Like a YouTube ad? On a live? Oh yeah. Duh. Toxic Rust, how's it going? RJ's Place, welcome. All right, so here's what we're doing today. For those that maybe don't know, which I I think most of you have been here before, but that's okay. I'm just going to go over it anyway. So what we're doing is I'm actually going to jump into one of your servers, well, a couple of your servers, and have a look around, see what I see, you know, mention what I like, mention what I don't like. But I want to start out by saying that in no way am I like the authority on this matter. Like, because I say I like something, this is just my opinion. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's like industry standard or anything like that. If I find something that I don't like and I call it out, it's just a personal opinion. So first of all, don't be offended if I say I don't like something on your server. And secondly, I mean, just take it with a grain of salt. Like, I'm here to help. I'm not here to hurt anybody or upset anybody. So excuse me while I clean my glasses off because they're disgusting. And so that's what we're doing. We're going to go in. I'm going to give you a score on your server out of 10. And when I go into a server, everyone starts at 10. And basically, when I find issues, you start losing points. So if I don't find anything, even though it might be there, if I don't find it, you could end up with a 10 out of 10 rating. So go to... Oh, see, look at that. That doesn't work. That link's not going to work. I have to change that. Annoying. So don't click on that link just yet because it's not going to take you anywhere. I can tell you that right now. I have to take out that S right there and confirm and save, and the next time it goes it will be the right one. srtbull certified. I wish I could, like, that gets into a much larger conversation, but I wish I had more authority than I do right now. Okay, put that back. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Anyways, so go to, not that link, go to audits.rustadminacademy.com to make sure that you're on the list of eligible, no, I guess, servers that I might go into. What did Rust, oh, Rust edit. Are you talking about the helicopters, BMG? That would be cool. Oh, old bitches gaming, OBG. That's actually kind of a good idea. I kind of like that. Granted, I don't have merch from as it stands right now, but that would be cool. Interesting. Vids are godsend for us that love to run modded servers rather than let Facepunch do it all. Oh yeah. Well, first of all, Facepunch doesn't do modded servers at all. So 50 meter beamer, go to the link audits.rustadminacademy.com, and there's a little form on there that you can fill out. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I kind of do have that. I just don't have that. Yeah, you're right. That's fair. Getting stuck on manifest. Oh, okay. I got you. Sorry. So let's have a little looky-loo. Let's get started right away so that we can get as many servers done today as possible. There's one thing that I hate is running out of time. You don't have to fill out the application every month. As it stands right now, I've just been letting it run forever. There will come a time where the list either gets too long or we start hitting too many repeats, in which case then I would reset the form and then people would have to start reapplying again. But right now, if you've submitted already, you don't need to resubmit. So let's get this going. I'm keeping track on a different screen of which servers we go into so that we can try to avoid any repetition. And so there's that. We'll leave that over there for now. here, I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to see if it works from here. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to go over here. And neither one of those worked. I just set these up today. Does any of them work? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, well, it just so happens that, oh my God, why is it not updating? Okay, this is an epic fail. Epic fail. Because it didn't update the changes that I just made to it. All right. Punch myself in the face. Bum 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 bum. Sorry, just bear with me here. I'm just getting. There we go. Yeah, I know. Sorry. This is the actual. It's not HTTPS though. I'm sure it's not HTTPS. Maybe it is HTTPS. Damn it. We need a 2.0 list for the servers that have already been reviewed. Yeah, that has been discussed as well. I'd love to be able to come back and see what changes were made, if they were made, if you know, stuff like that. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right, good. So that is the link right there. Perfect. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get started. So we are currently at, I should, let me just separate this out for now. You wouldn't believe what goes on in the background. Oh, you probably would. Most of you probably already know. All right, so, and we can go like this. There we go. All right, so now the chat is super small at the very front right there. So I do need to adjust that. So just give me 1 second while I sort that out. Oh, that's messy. That's messy. This would be the benefit of being able to do this like offline, but you can't do this offline. It has to be real time. And we've got that can stay there just like that. All right. What do you say we feel like the list should reset every stream? The owner should be watching the stream to receive the feedback of the review. That's true. That's a good point, but I'll tell you a funny story about that. The very first audit stream that I was going to do because I didn't actually do it because I didn't have any submissions yet. So I had the form out there for like 2 weeks and I was promoting it, Discord, YouTube channel, Twitter. It was all over the place and I didn't have a single form filled out yet. So I couldn't do that live. And then I don't know what happened, and then all of a sudden people started filling out the form. And then I had like 50 on the actual first stream. All right, so we've got 165 or 166 responses. So we're going to grab a random number out of 166. And as long as we haven't already done this one, that's where we're going to go first. So number 18 is the number, or server 18 is the number, and we have already done that. That was ISG Networks 5X. So we've already done that one. So let me grab another one here. And 55. 50. See, that's hilarious that this is happening. So 55 we did on May 24th. That was rustelevated.com. So let's grab another one. And 140. So this one should be a fairly new one. And that looks good. So 140, number 140, we're going to do today, right now. And number 140 is this guy right here. So we've got the server is called Kings of Valhalla. So let me get started on that. I'm just I got to search it out here. So just give me one sec. And popped right up, and it's a 5X, and it's the one grid, and we've got 2 players currently on the server right meow. All right, so what else can we learn about this server? They have a Discord, and we don't know if they've added me as an owner yet. We're going to find out right away. The economy, selling car rental. Oh, the economy and selling. Car rental, shop, raffle for VIP ranks, no pay to win. So this server owner is after my own heart because I hate pay to win. And yeah. The list should go in order than once reviewed. Timestamps added to those servers for the video. So I'm getting a collection right now. We're at like 6 of them right now, 6 or 7 audits. And I'm going to start cutting them up now. And I'm going to post the actual review on my channel. And if the people want to go see it, they can. If they don't want to go see it, they don't have to. Pay to win is the worst you can do, but people do make a lot of money off of it. All right, so having a look at the Kings of Valhalla. Okay, so again, I've said this before, so I'm going to say this again. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Okay, so they've actually gone through and not had a bunch of BS rules in here. So no outward facing turrets, no walling in monuments, no toxicity racism, whatever that means. 6 TCs per team, no raid block griefing, and trio team limit. Okay, so they've actually got some rules in here that aren't the cookie cutter stamped rules that we always see, which I appreciate. That being said, people still aren't going to listen to it. All this does is makes it so that you can say, no, you agreed to these rules when you came into this server. Now you're kicked or banned for breaching one of these rules. Oh, I didn't know what the rules were. Too bad, it was right there. So that's what the benefit is there. So we can rent a car. We can go into the shop. We can do all of the good things. So B-Skin, I'll be curious to know if they got B-Skin working, because as of a little while ago, it wasn't. Server events, pretty typical server events. We've got a barrel breaker in here. I'm not really sure what's going on. Why are they doing bleach drops from the barrels? Okay, that's okay. And of course, we've got some kits. Cool. All right. And we spawned in a bus stop, and we are in a very custom map. Let's see what we've got here. So I don't have owner or perms for that matter. Made a temp fix to the CS and it worked. For which? The B-Skin? Yeah, so B-Skin is not currently working on this server. So this is a 5X, so let's start having a look at some loot. And cool, let's get some clothes, because that's always good. Bus stop spawns will be gone. I'm not really sure. Ugh, I gotta pick things up off the ground. What is this malarkey? Just kidding. Just kidding. I got used to having automatic loot goes into your inventory as soon as you smash a barrel. I forget what it's called. No, not magic barrels. Damn it, instant barrels. There we go. All right, so having a look at gather rates, that is good. And of course, we're going to be checking stacks, which this should be enough of an indicator right here. And stacks are definitely modified. All right, perfect. So let's start looking at some of the commands. So we've got /shop, /s. Okay. So we're working with RP, which is fine. And I have 250 RP and I just died. That's awkward. Galaxy Owl. That was an actual player that killed me. Sheesh. And okay. So just for coming into the server, I got 250 RP. That's kind of like how I figure out the economy. So I could essentially get 15 or so. No, that's not right. 25. I can get a lot of C4 just for coming into the server. And I can get a lot. Okay, so I can get a lot of things right out of the gate. So I can claim like an LR for 10 RP. I can get an M249 for 25 RP when I got 250 RP just for joining the server. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It's and I'm stuck in this. Bus stop. People always ask me, why do you hate custom maps so much? That wouldn't have happened on a proc gen. Oh my god. Am I still stuck here? Ooh, this is not going well. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Not good. Not good. Well, there's not much I can do. I'm going to go through and start looking at things. Yeah, we already saw their kits. What is this rental? So we can rent cars, which is kind of a cool. I kind of like this. This is pretty cool. For a cost of 1. Okay. Happens on proc gen as well. People getting stuck spawning on beaches in wood piles. Oh, interesting. Okay. Hey, Mabel, how's it going? Okay, so BMGJet says that this is a Rust issue, not a custom map issue, which is, I appreciate that feedback, so thank you. Because I was blaming it all on the map and spawning in a bus stop. So I was about to get really angry. I'm glad I didn't. But I don't know that I can do anything else if I can't get off of this. Here, let's see. There's no other spawns anywhere that I can use. Yeah, this is making me rage. Okay, there we go. So I'm out of there. Thank Christ, in a cartoon. All right, perfect. I'm gonna turn up the game volume. I want y'all to let me know if you can hear my game volume, please, because I don't know. I don't know if you can hear my game volume. Okay, so having a look at loot. I should look at boxes instead. Barrels doesn't really give a good enough of an indicator. So 20 scrap and 6 shells. Is that 5x? I mean, it's definitely modded loot table. There's no question about that. But is that 5x? Too low. Okay. Okay. So you guys can't hear my game sounds. All right. It's a routing, not a, I was going to say it's a routing problem. It's not a routing problem. I have it set up that way on purpose. I should fix it though. But you guys aren't here for this. I mean, you guys know what Rust sounds like. This isn't a stream about, you know, this is how we play Rust. This is a stream about this is how we build Rust servers. So it's not necessary that I have audio. I just was curious. All right, so let's rent a car and see what this looks like. So let's do, we've got a Winnebago, a Silverado, a Hellcat. Oh, Christ, we're going to get a Hellcat for sure. And can't place it on the ROAD. And I imagine I'm not going to, oh, I do have some fuel. Okay, good. And this is locked to me. Got all of our engine parts. Can't loot fuel. Okay. I don't know what the hell I just put in there. All right. So let's get back on the ROAD, even though I put us in right in the middle of the trees. That was a super smart idea. Super smart. Super smart. So that's super cheap. You can rent a vehicle for 1 RP. That's super cheap, in my opinion. I'm not a good driver on Rust. I can fly a helicopter like nobody's business, though. Like nobody's business. Yeah, I don't know about this loot. The loot doesn't feel like 5x to me. Okay, that was definitely, I think that right there was 100 crude, right? Yeah, that's 100 crude. All right, so, all right, it's definitely modded. Perfect. Okay, so the car rental thing's pretty cool. I don't mind that. I do mind that I don't know where I'm going, though. So kind of a cool feature. I've never seen it. It's new to me. I'm not saying it's a new plugin or anything like that. I'm just saying it's new to me. Oops, crash. Worst server experience. I have a couple actually. Okay, one of my worst server experiences was literally the first time I ever went into a modded server. The owner of the server, or admin of the server, I should say. Okay, so this was after I had built a base, and it was at high qual level. So like I was like grinding hard for this base, right? And he comes up, he swoops down. He's in no clip, but he's not in vanish. He swoops down, shoots me right in the face with an AK. So of course, I flipped my lid. I flipped out on him in chat and in voice, and I was like, what the hell are you doing type thing. I was so mad. And then of course he's like, haha, just bugging, blah, 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 whatever. He gave me all the stuff back, and he spawned in a bunch of things, and he did a bunch of work on my base for me for free. And that was that. He gave me guns and a bunch of other things. And it's that server owner, I'm not going to put him on blast, but it's that server owner that eventually invited me to become an admin on that same server, which started this whole YouTube channel. This whole everything started right there when he shot me in the face with that AK. So that's probably the worst ever experience. But since I've been doing audits, I've actually had quite a few bad experiences. One server that I was trying to go into, from the audits list had closed down. He had tapped out in, let's say, a maximum of 2 months. So he went on my audits list to get audited, and he just tapped out. He just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And found the golden egg. This item will generate resources when placed in a box or give you a health or gather buff when carrying it. And I didn't read the rest. I wasn't able to read the rest of that. So let's see what this does. That's good. Just a bunch of loot hanging out by itself without the golden egg is on the move. So chat knows that I have the golden egg. Let's see what they say. What is the golden egg thing? Yeah, that introduction to modded Rust was frickin' terrible. I was so upset, but it brought me to where I am today, basically to teach people, A, never be in no clip unless you're in Vanish, and do not interact with players when you have God mode on, or if you can no clip onto them or whatever. Like, do not interact with players when you're there in an admin role, ever, at all. 0. So what I was going to do was craft a box. And we've got modded crafting times, which I do support. And what? Crack it open? Bleach. Why do I want bleach? The golden egg has been lost. It can now be found again in a random crate. I'm assuming that there was more important information on there that I missed because I was reading slowly. Hi, Piggy. Do we have backpacks? No backpacks in a 5X? Are you delusional? Delusional. Check the map. I should have. Are you saying I should have checked the map when I had the egg on me? This is a 1-grid map. I also don't love these 1-grids. I know they're very, very, very popular in the community. I don't love them. I think it shows your location on the map when you carry it. Okay, that actually makes sense. Okay. And we've got raidable shelters, which is available from Viz entities at Game for Freaks. This isn't going to work. This doesn't even look locked. Yeah, let's beat down a door when the lock is unlocked. You're a frickin' genius. Just a frickin' genius. Here, Wolfie, Wolfie, Wolfie. All right, so the standard things that we look for, I don't see any issues with whatsoever. The golden egg thing, I kind of wish... Oh, look at this. Spawn scrap over time when placed in... Oh, placed in a box with scrap. Crack the egg after 4 hours for an amount of scrap. Egg is marked on the map after 60 seconds of being found. Holding the egg gives extra health and gather rate. That's cool. Nicely done. That's a cool plugin. I like that. I wish you had backpacks though, not gonna lie. And it's not even that I don't have permission for backpacks. I don't even think there's backpacks on this server. So that's cool. I like that. That's a win. The car rental, I like that. That's also a win. The costing at the shop might be a little bit light for my liking. Maybe. Oops, recent events. I don't know. What do you guys think? Doesn't it seem like with the prices so low that it could easily give too much benefit. It's what I call an economy breaking aspect of the game. And I think too many people would have access to too many things right out of the gate. I think that's the issue that I have with it. God, I hope that's not. Oh, I see. I had my monitor going, my stream monitor, and it still showed my waiting to start thing. Thank God that wasn't right. All right. Extraction rigs, an island with farmable ore nodes with quick respawn rates. Okay, that's kind of a cool. Yeah, okay, so the economy is mental, right? Okay. Too easy to get C4, just a few. Yeah. Exactly. I agree. So the only thing that I can say that I don't like about this server currently is that it's got an economy breaking shop system. So you guys can't see this, but oh, you still can't see it. Right behind me is all of my stats about the car rental that I have. So time left, and I've got 239 minutes, so it's plenty of time to rent a car, especially for 1 RP. And it's also got a speedometer on there, so you know how fast you're going when you're driving it. Okay, so we've got timed RP as well. I just got 2 RP for playing. Okay, so do the translation on that. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. So for 2 RP, so how long have I been on this server? 20 minutes maybe? 15, 20 minutes? And just for that, I'm 10% to an AK. So when you look at it from that perspective, that's actually pretty good. So you're not walking into it just being able to get an AK right away. So I think the RP rewards for time played on the server is probably pretty good. But getting 250 RP just for joining the server, that's where it falls apart. There, that's my piece. So I'm going to show you guys something. So, okay, so first of all, it's important that I mention my Patreon members. Thank you all so much for joining my Patreon. Without you, this becomes way more difficult. That's not the funny part. That's the cool part. That's my pride part. Now, the second thing that I want to show you, which is hilarious, is I was going through all of the YouTube memberships for the month of September so that I could show them off today. And this is what that looks like right now. So literally, there's so many names on this list that I couldn't fit them on one page. I had to shrink my text way down to fit everyone on this screen. So, I mean, great problem to have for sure, but this is all of my YouTube memberships. The first God tier membership was purchased during last stream, which wasn't an audit stream. But MW is the first God tier level membership that I've ever received. So I just thought I would show you guys that because I thought it was quite funny. Okay, so I'm going to give this server a 9 out of 10. The only thing that I don't like about Kings of Valhalla is that you get 250 RP just for joining the server. It gives way too much of an advantage right out of the gate. Interesting that it says 10x gather rate on there, but it says 5x gather rate on here. Yeah. So kind of get it together, I think, would be my best advice there. So is it 10x? I don't think it was actually 10x when I took down that tree. I think it was actually 5x. Anyways, So I'm going to give this server, hey Shady, no, we're just on our first server right now, and I'm just giving it a grading of, what do you guys think? With the spawning issue, which isn't this server's problem, it's a Rust problem. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. What do you guys think? Is that a fair assessment of this server? I like BMGJet. I like your analysis. It's too easy to get C4, and it's not even you wouldn't even have to get 4 mates on. Like, you immediately right out of the gate, you could buy C4 or rockets or guns. So yeah, I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10. So when I chop this up and give it back to them, they should be happy about their score. I will be pissed if that one player is the admin of the server and he killed me. Just saying. Anyways, so let's move on. So we're going to grab another one here. 167. Oh, I got to write this down. Sorry. Kings of Valhalla. Oops. And we gave it a 9 out of 10. All right, so we're doing out of 167. We got one more. And server number 2. Have we done number 2? I guess I should check that first, right? So literally the second person. Okay, so we've done the first person that applied. We are now doing the second person that applied. And this is going back like 5 months ago-ish. 5 or 6 months ago. Well, actually, I can tell you. This started on May 10th. So there we go. So we're going into server number 1. And it is called No Rules Rust. No Rules Rust. And we've got connection info, we've got website, we've got Discord. And what can we learn about this? We have everything from custom skins to plugins, custom made by server owner, which is Shady. So if you were looking to avoid any kind of bias, having your name on there probably wasn't the way to go. It makes Rust suck a lot less. We also use Carbon. We've just finally broke 800 players. I'm assuming that's across all. So, okay, that's another thing that I just introduced today. I didn't think it was going to be an issue, and I certainly didn't expect it to be you. Wicked Sun, the giant cave is still around. You are correct. I found one on my own server, and in collaboration with BMGJet, I learned that they had taken it away only to make some adjustments to it to then add it back before they went live with it. So, yeah, I'm glad they put the God Rock back. I will have to do an update video on that because I kind of shit on Rust for that pretty bad. They better not have a single rule. I agree. All right, so we're going into No Rules Rust, if I can spell correctly. And I only have on community. That can't be right. So let's try to grab our direct connect here. Because, oops, sometimes that's more efficient. Oh, let's disconnect first. Ugh. Obviously, if I'm connecting to a server, even though it's manually, you can automatically disconnect me. Derp. Modded 100x. All right. We're going in. So, because he put his name on the application, I can put him on blast. And I'm going to. try it like this. For some reason, your direct connect isn't working. And I imagine, did you change IPs over that thing that you were just talking about? Did you change IP or port? Taking a little bit longer than normal to get in here. Yo, Nats, how's it going, man? Yeah, I know you had to rebuild everything. But I'm wondering if that's why this isn't working. Okay, so here we go. So I'm on Battlemetrics right now, having a look around. And so it looks like none of your US servers are online. Is that possible, Shady? The EU ones are. Okay, well let's try this one. So this is it though? So these are all saying no rules. They're not specifically saying no rules Rust. No, I can't move on from this. I gotta do this one. So Shady is connected right now. Okay, so why is it not showing up in Battlemetrics then is what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. Let's try this. I don't think this is going to be the issue, but I will try it. Just for posterity, stream is going to... Let me know when we're back. That was the issue. Let me know when we're back. OBS is reconnected. You guys should be seeing me again. Let me know that everything's okay before I carry on. Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. So I did find it. And it wasn't Shady's fault. It was my fault. All right, so we're heading into No Rules Rust, 100x US. We're loading a custom map, apparently, according to my game. So that might take a minute. Never left. Oh, good. That means that the connection happened really fast. So I shut off my VPN in that time frame. That's what happened there. Yeah, that's a good question, BMGJet. No rules means you can literally do anything. That means griefing. That means kill on site. That means all of the things that people do on Rust servers that are considered toxic AF. Well, that's a rule. That's a rule. So now it should be one rule, Rust. I'm just harassing you. Jamie's Watching Corn is the name of this map. We all know what corn means, right? Yeah, pwned with style. People, yes. To answer that question, yes, people forbid griefing. And yes, that is 100% a part of the game. A big part of the game, in my opinion. I love nothing more than raiding a base and putting in a TC and locking it up and putting it behind walls so that they can't access it. They'd never find it. It's not worth it for them to try to find it. That is like one of the best things to be done on Rust. And if the server says no griefing allowed, I'm out. No bloody way. It speaks to my desire. Like you can't stray so far away from the actual game mechanics. You just can't. You're trying to turn it into a game that it's not. And I don't agree with that. Okay. So we have a very well set up info panel. We've got graphics done that look great. Let's just blast through the list of no rules that they have on no rules. Okay, so that's just features. Wipes every Friday of the month after every Friday of the month after forced week. Okay. Okay. So you're letting your players know that you're wiping on the first Thursday of the month because that's a forced wipe, and then wiping every Friday of the month after that. Okay, that's cool. So does that mean that you're wiping both on forced wipe Thursday as well as the next Friday, or like the next day, or do you wait till the following week? And we've got linking to the Discord, which makes sense. And let's have a look at some commands. Like, let's look for some things that we may not recognize. Okay, so we can ignore players. That's fine. We've got, okay. So I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me that that feels really new. Refer player name, get free RP. We've got remover tool. We've got /s. I'm going to check this right now because I want to know if they fixed it here. So B skin is not working here either. Okay, so I'm not going to put anybody on blast by name, but if anybody knows the developer of building skins, he has to do a better job at updating the plugin. When it breaks, I'm not waiting 3 days for an update. I'm just going to stop using it altogether. And we've got some kits. I'm going to check here in a minute if I have owner or admin on the server. That is okay, so these are VIP kits. I was going to say that's really heavy loaded. Granted, we are in a 100x server, so you got to make that mental shift. Your graphics are on point, man. A little bit hard to read for my liking. That font is a little bit hard to read, but you get it. So yeah, it's on point. So these purple ones right here, I don't know if there's supposed to be something written right here. I feel like there should be, except that they're all like that. So yeah, kind of a tiny detail. And we've got levels. What are we talking about here? So default gets this, and this. Linked gets this, and this. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. So this is showing the benefits of interacting with the community that's attached with this server. So just your regular players, you don't get any of this stuff. If you link to their Discord, you get all of this stuff. I like this feature. That's a really cool roadmap for people to get some features that they might want. So after force week, so you don't do it the next day. Okay, that's good to know. Unofficial patch for B-Skin. And yeah, I know, I noticed that. I saw that. I don't like doing those unofficial patches. Oh, I'm admin. Okay, cool. Someone knows why no one approves plugins on UMod anymore. My plugin is pending for 2 months already, and it was approved on CodeFling already. Well, first of all, the Oxide team has been very busy. Very busy. I'm not going to try to make excuses for them, but I do know that they're busy. TP 10-minute cooldown. Did you read that somewhere? I hope you didn't read that somewhere on this server. That can't be right. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. 10 minutes is a long time. Long time. But that's okay. It's a long time, especially on a 100x server. 100x kind of puts you into the category of Battlefield, and like people don't want to wait. Like that's why they go to a 100x server, right? And we've got some hilarious memes. Cool. All right. So here we are at the rules section of a server that's called No Rules Rust. Okay. So let's have a look at the rules section of a server that's called No Rules Rust. Rule number one. Rule number one in a server that's called No Rules Rust. The only rule of this server is that there are no rules. That's still a rule. But if you break that rule, you're out of here. Okay. Please do whatever you want, but if it gets too crazy, we may watch and or record it and share it with our friends, which means we're going to laugh at you. We encourage you to be yourself unless you're a serial killer. In that case, please keep it to yourself. Admins, do not get involved. We have better things to do than worry about your base and your shitty loot. Lastly, remember to have fun. Rust is a game, just a game after all. So, the rules section on a server that's called No Rules Rust, that's the way to do that. Nicely done. And of course, we've got a shop in here. I currently have 0 RP. That's important to note based on the server that we were just in previously. And I don't know what this Constructio category is. I mean, I can make some assumptions, but I don't know what Constructio is. But anyways, so cost of 200 RP for a beach chair. 4,000 RP for an AR. 100 RP for a candy cane. Okay, so we've got a strong economy. Let's see what it takes to actually get some RP. So we're going to explore that. And we've got a wanted list. So we can put out bounties on players, or the server can put out bounties on players and reward different things. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is fun. This is fun. Nicely done, guys. These icons, some of these icons are hilarious. All right. So the info panel is on point. Tons of good information in there, really useful. As far as UIs go, they're using Magic Messages panel, and which I appreciate. That's what I use on my server. 240 scrap. We've got custom skins by the looks of things. Yep, custom skins. I've got a t-shirt on that says No Rules Rust. And let's have a look at Gather. Gather is smoking high. And where's my X? There we go. Gather is very, very high, which I'm assuming stacks are going to match it, because I would expect nothing less. So stacks are good. Loot is good. Let's check out some more loot just to make sure, but I'm expecting it to be pretty good. So they're definitely... Oh, no, I shouldn't say that yet. I can't say that just yet. Here, let's see. Oh, look, I do have admin. Oh, my God. Okay, I don't have an indicator to know if I'm invisible or not. So if somebody fucking sees me flying around, I apologize. I don't have an indicator showing that I'm in vanish mode. Ugh, I feel bad about that because that's like my biggest rule. Do not fly around unless you're vanished. So this server is running on Carbon. I believe that was mentioned. And which means I can do this. Yes. Yes, I can. All right. So there we go. I got 35 RP for killing this Pigosaurus Rex. And we have backpacks, we have gather, we have retriever mode. Love it. If anybody's using backpacks and you're not using gather mode and retriever mode, you're just letting the best parts of life pass you by. So that's my advice as far as backpacks goes. And anything higher than, oh, look at, what do I see here? Oh, that's not, oh man. This makes no sense. That makes no sense. So I wouldn't call this the God Rock. I'm going to look for another one that is actually the God Rock, but this is still a massive, massive building advantage. I don't care what anybody says. Anyways, that's not the point of these videos. So let's get back on track here. Carbon vanish, lower bottom. Oh, look, it's behind my hotbar. Okay, perfect. So if I do this, okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know that. I was not paying close enough attention to writing that was behind my hotbar. So anyways, as I was saying, 35 RP when I killed a pig. Let's see what I can buy for 35 RP. Nothing. I hope the answer is nothing. Yeah. So that's good. I can't even buy 10 gears. I can't even buy a sewing kit or 10 sewing kits. So that's how you set up an economy when you're messing with RP or Rust dollars or whatever. There's tons of different ways that you can do an economy on your server. But you have to make people have to work for things. Just giving them things right out of the gate, it doesn't create a desire to stay and to work and grind. Where did that bear just go? Oh, there he is. Which is incredibly important when you're trying to build a community of players that want to stay on your server. I just want to see what we get for RP. So 50 RP for killing a bear. Okay. So for those that are thinking about doing a store or a shop or an RP store, keep in mind, this stuff is important. The UI is your own. Are you talking about this UI? You built this? This is the 100X US, I believe. Yes. That's it. Okay, so what Shady just said is that he designed this UI. So this isn't a reiteration of any of the welcome panels that are out there right now. So this looks good. I like this. I took for granted that you built this. I think I knew that from previous conversations a long time ago. Symmetry building asset. I kind of want to show that off, you know. That's what I made for Rustmania before Amino made his. I want to show off symmetry. And I'm embarrassed to say this, but I don't know how to do that. I want to say, no, here, let me see. Is there some way that I can SYM. Okay. So I've never, oh, I don't have permission. Shit. The symmetry plugin is something that Shady built, which basically is a thing of beauty for people that build symmetrically, which I do. I'm one of those people. The front of my base has to look exactly the same as the back of my base. And the symmetry plugin allows you to do that. So you place down, let's say you place down a 4x4. That's a bad example. Anyway, let's say you place down a 4x4 and no. Ah, damn it. I'm not going to do it justice. I owe Shady a video on the symmetry plugin. So let's just put a pin in that for now. And I'm going to come back to this. And the symmetry plugin is super cool. I don't actually know if it's publicly available. That's awkward. So I'm sure you can all tell which way the wind is blowing here, because I know the person that built this server and they've been a part of the community for a really long time. So I know that they know what they're doing, but this is going to be a 10 out of 10 without question. And I'm sure that shouldn't surprise anybody. No onboard recycler, no TC INV. Oh my goodness. Shady, what the hell are you doing, man? Instant craft. I hate instant craft. Okay, so update. I just got 1200 RP for playing on the server for however long it's been. Probably another 20 minutes or so. So having a look, for playing on the server for 20 minutes, I can now all of a sudden afford a lot of things. How much did I say I got? 1200 RP. So I still can't buy an AR. I still can't buy any of the high-end weapons. I can't even buy an MP5. Okay. So you can give your players a bunch of RP after they've spent some time on your server, but don't basically just hand them a bunch of stuff. So as you can see, I got 1200 RP. Still can't buy any high-end guns. I can't even buy a jackhammer. And this is a 100x server, mind you. Keep that in mind. Like, what I'm saying here is this is the way to set up an economy. I can't buy a blue card. I can't anywhere near buy a SAM site. I could buy a gun trap. I can't buy a flame turret. Like, this is good. $1,000 cloth for 1000 RP. So it's good. So as you can see in chat there, Mr. Taxi Driver just stole 1000 RP from hacking a crate. So now you're starting to see the different things that you have to do on the server in order to earn RP. So now, if that were a brand new player, I'm assuming it's not, he's halfway to an AR. He's just about on his way to an LR300. So like, that's the way to set up an economy, right? I want to see what happens if I do this. Yeah, okay. And what happens if I do this? I'm starting to feel a little bit of familiarity here. So I can do the shorthand commands in chat and it takes me to the correct tab in the info panel. That feels super familiar to me. 9 out of 10, so there's one rule, because there's one rule. You know what? That's fair, because no matter how you shake it down, this is still a rule. Why make this store so expensive on a 100X? That was my question at the very beginning too. But it creates that sense of grind. Like, I have to work towards something. I noticed that there was no Discord notification. I did notice that. And let's see, did it go now? It still didn't go. I know that it didn't go out. I noticed it when I set it up. It's something that I'll have to address later. Yeah, sorry about that. Not my fault. No, exactly, Shady. I agree. I agree with how you have this set up. So the rating tools are not easy to get, and I got no problem with it. So like you can't even buy C4, or can you? Where are we here? You can't buy C4. You can't buy rockets. You can't even buy satchel charges. These are the only weapons you can buy. Like it's on point. So as I was saying, it creates a desire for the player to stick around and earn more RP. It's on point. I wish I could piss around with the wanted list a little bit, but that's kind of hilarious that I didn't notice the behind my hotbar there. I do want to have a quick look around and see. We're just quickly going to zoom around here and have a look for some God Rocks. There's a couple of different variations for it. And I'm curious to see what they look like on different servers. This is a very polished server. I know, Shady, you've been working on this for quite some time. I do know that. And you've built yourself one hell of a community. 800 players, I think you've got community-wide. I think you said that somewhere. I'm probably going too fast to let them even draw. Dum diddy dum 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 dum. I would typically also deduct points for the nonsense UI stuff on the screen. The backpack, I don't love the backpack, and oh, you guys can't see that. Oh, you can't see either of those things. Here, just so that you know what I'm talking about, so that you can not do this on your servers. So the backpack next to the hotbar, as well as the server icon, I don't like the server icon in that location. I understand it being on the screen somewhere. I just don't love it right there because it confuses me when I'm going for my hotkeys. So that's just the tiniest little nitpicking that I can come up with because I can't find anything else to complain about your server. So somebody knew to go to the center of this base and take out the TC. That's where I would have put it too. Derp. So No Rules Rust has a big community of servers. They've got a bunch in the US. They've got a bunch in the EU. And they're all built and designed and maintained by the same people/person. So you're going to get the same quality of gameplay in any of the different servers that you go into. And this is very polished. You can tell that this admin, this owner put in the wrench time, and it shows. So good job. Okay, this is not taking advantage of having this cave system here. This is hilarious. I'm going to put a little tiny base in here that's not actually protected by any of the rock, but hey, whatever. All right, so I'm going to give up looking for the God Rock. That's not even close. They are out there, though, which I'm super glad that they are. I am hoping that people are taking advantage of it. Just hit 1,000 players in Discord. We are discoverable now. Beautiful. Been absolutely grinding on this server, getting it as awesome as it is now. So that's a little sieve. And they've done a great job. It looks great. I can't find anything that I don't love about it. They've done a good job. Players asked me to add the backpack button. See, that blows my mind, because in order to utilize the backpack button, you actually have to do something else, right? Because you like bring up chat or bring up crafting and then you can click on it, or bring up your inventory, then you can click on it. Like, why not set up a hotkey? There we go. All right, so I'm not going to go into this player's base, but this is one of the God Rocks. Oh, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. There it is. So this is one iteration of the God Rock. This has a smaller entrance than what I was expecting to see, except no, this other side. No, this other side is bigger. Okay, so this is the front of the God Rock. I'm not going to dox it. I'm not going to tell you where it is. So they are still out there. We have a team. I can't take all the credit. Yeah, well, so there you go. Lil Civ is part of that team, which is a fantastic teammate. I'd love to have him on any team that I'm working with. That'd be great. It lets the players know that the backpacks are loaded. I go into a server and I almost immediately hit B on my keyboard. Yeah, it's just easier to bind that business right there. So I am going to park right here inside this rock system. No rules rust. I have to give it a 9 out of 10. If it actually had no rules, I would give it a 10 out of 10. That is the tiniest little detail. They say right on their description, cheaters will be treated like shit. I love that. So good job, Shady and Lil Civ and whoever else is working with you on that server. You guys did a great job. You should be very proud of that. And I'm glad that I was finally able to make it into your server. Was there one more thing that you wanted me to see? Oh, shut up, Siri. Oh, here. He just asked if I had seen the logo on the map, and no, I didn't. But nicely done. Very custom. Oh, we've got tugboats floating around out here. Very custom. You can tell they put in the wrench time, which is fantastic. I appreciate it. And yeah, you guys did a good job. You should be proud of that. All right, so we've got, what are we at here? 122. So we've got time for one more. Let's start with that one more and see where it goes from there. And I should write down, this is Shady, and we gave him a 10 out of 10. All right. So we are still at 167 responses, correct? Is that correct? Yes. So let's grab another one out of 167. Let's generate, and that brings us to number 97. Just scrolling through the list here, make sure we haven't been in numbers 97 yet, and we haven't. So that's good. And number 97 is, I don't know how to say that name. 90, I'm not even, nope, not happening. So we're going to grab their IP address. We're going to do a direct connect. Little Civ is mine, yeah. Yeah. When you start finding people that you know you work well with, it seems like they're always in high demand. So they're hard to hang on to, that's for sure. Yeah. Have you guys all liked this video yet? We currently have 30 people watching and we have 21 likes. So that is a hell no. You haven't liked this video yet. So this is always a challenge for me, connecting to servers across the pond. It's definitely a challenge. So I just have to do a little bit of rigmaroling around in the background here. Okay, so number 97 is another abandoned project, which I find super interesting because, like, why would you go to this much trouble to just end up abandoning? I mean, I get it. Some life happens. I get that. Yeah, it's no Connecto. And their website is actually their TebX store. The TebX store is offline as well. I'm just going to check Battlemetrics real quick. They did get selected, so I do owe them a bit of due diligence. Yeah, they're not even showing up on the list, on the Battlemetrics list. Let me try their IP address. I don't think this will work, but I'll try it. That's too bad. 90 FPS, is that what your translation is? 90. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. No one joins and then they give up. Is running a server profitable or just a hobby? Both. It can be both. There can be money in running servers, for sure. Most people get into it. If you're getting into it to make money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Put it that way. All right, so we're going to grab another one. '97 is a no-show. Abandoned. 97 abandoned. And so that's the second one that we've come across that was abandoned. And that sucks. So number 93 has original PvE NK reboot. And let's see what we can find there. This is number 93. That's the name of the server. Let's go into Rust and try to find said server. Let's take the reboot out of their name though. Let's see what we can find. Last time I earned a dime on my servers was last year. Well, you need to change that. I only get some extra cash from my product that Bull promised he would make a video on. Did I not? Oh, we did a live instead, and that was a damn shit show, wasn't it? I remember that. Yeah, you're right. I do still owe you a video. We're going to try a direct connect. Oh man, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. So this is 93. This is, let's call it 67-ish ago entries. So like this could be going back like a month-ish or so. So not that long, but like, how do you put your server up for an audit when you haven't even tried? Like a month is not long enough to see if you're going to be successful with a Rust server. I don't care what anybody says. And that's another abandoned server. Unbelievable, you guys. Let's try that. Oh my goodness. Gone. It's just gone. Nothing. There's no remnants of it anywhere. God damn it. All right. I spelled abandon wrong on my last one. Smart. SMRT. All right, so let's try number 3. Out of 167, we have a random generated number of... Why is this taking so long? 155. So this is going to be a fairly recent one. So we've got Rustora, which I'm assuming is, it needs to be important to define that it's not Rustoria. This is Rustora. Rustora AU 10X. Get your description in there. Get your description in there. Rustora 10X. That's where we're going this time around. Let me write this down. This is number 155. Rustora, not Rustoria. 10X AU auditing. Okay. Same 3 years and counting. Nice. Good for you guys. So you've been at this for 3 years. And Shady loves the punishment. Altruistic Cynic just had the 4th B day. So I hope they had a cake with 4 candles on it. So what do we think about Rust hitting the highest October player count they've ever had? Well, I think it should be pretty clear that I would love to see more players playing Rust than what we currently have. Let's see. So that you specified that it's October only. So highest level of October. No, that can't be right. Highest October player count they've ever had. Well, how is that possible? Like in one day? I'm curious to know what that means. The last completed month that we have is obviously September. And we did 134,000 at peak. Lost my share of the player count having wipe issues. So what are you saying? Are you saying that because of the updates to the map that they had their highest player count in history? I think that is what you're saying. And it actually looks really good. 156. So that's yesterday, right? So October 3rd. On October 3rd, we had 156,000 players playing. That is fantastic. Huh. Yep. That's crazy. That's super crazy. And it didn't fall off either. It obviously dipped a little bit overnight, but it's right back to 159, 159, 159, 155. So it's starting to drop back down again. I felt the cheating situation puts a lot of old players. They only come back to check out the new features until the next major update. Well, this was a major update, so yeah, that makes sense. My old team, though, hasn't played Rust in, I bet you they haven't even loaded Rust in months, if not years. At least they're not both of you. So that was, I have 2 players across my 2 servers. At least they're not both of you. Yeah. Well, they could be if you have alt accounts. So this wipe so far, I peaked at 20 consecutive. Good for you. That's awesome. Ali tweeted, after nearly 11 years of continuous development, Rust saw its strongest October wipe day on record. Okay, that makes sense. 420,000 unique active players. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's powerful stuff. And I want to say that, hopefully people like myself and definitely Shadow Frags did something, because like I didn't do as big a hype about it, but he definitely did. Shadow Frags, I mean, was hyping up these new maps and everything like that. So, hopefully all of those old players that haven't been around for a while, they wanted to come in and check it out. And the part that I'm loving the most about it is that there wasn't a huge drop off right after. So that's fantastic. Good for them. All right. So, what just happened here? Unable to complete SSL connection. That's a new one. So we were trying to connect to Rustora, and it said unable to complete SSL connection. So we'll try that one more time. Full server demos will maybe help with that. I could see maybe them implementing AI tools in the future because of it. I'm not sure what you mean by full server demos. My VPN is gone. Oh, look at that. Matthew McLean in chat saying, I thought about it today. That's hilarious timing. So that's, he's one of my, I used to play Rust with him way back in the day, back in the glory days. And he just happened to be watching me trash talking him right there. That's funny. It's been 11 years, yeah. Yeah, I've got my VPN shut off, so we'll see. It might know that I still have a VPN on my system, but here, let me just make sure that it didn't turn back on. No, it didn't. Stop smoking, start drinking. No. A demo, so you record all actions on the server, you play it back instead of just report it a player. Yeah. There's an auto demo record that does exactly that. Just launch your stream when you're talking about it. That's hilarious. Hilarious timing, my man. Full server demos is just recording all of the player actions on the server instead of one player. Yep. All right, so we're getting close. Is this going to work? Restora, AU, 10X, clans, kits, events. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. And we're in. Facepunch still working on the tools to view the demos, but I'll probably implement something where the demos get uploaded automatically to my website at the end of wipe. That's fun. Usually community admins can't ban because there's never a definite evidence. Not true. That just means they're being I don't piss around with that. If I think somebody is breaking the rules, cheating, hacking, doing something they shouldn't be doing, they're gone. I don't even think about it, and I don't lose an ounce of sleep over it. An ounce of sleep, a minute of sleep. All right, so Restore 10X. Ugh, the same old, same old. We've got the welcome controller in here, which is great. I appreciate that. But frickin' change your colors, change your fonts, do the things that you got to do. Like, there's nothing worse than going into a server and seeing the same thing over and over and over again. Like, the developers of these plugins make it so easy to customize things. Like, there's no way you should go in here and get slapped in the face with kind of a bland, whatever, a bland impression. We do have some graphical work done, which is basically just text, but at least they've taken the initiative to do that, which is good. But take it one step further. Find some graphics designers that can make you some cool graphics, things that make sense. Don't have a shop on your list here if your shop's not set up yet. Like, I understand if you haven't set up your shop yet, but don't have it on this list thinking, oh, why isn't this working? You know what I mean? Same thing with Skinbox. So that's not working either. And linking is good. So we've got Discord linking. Fantastic. So all in all, this welcome panel has very little information in it. It's got 8 pages or 8 links on the left-hand side here with no information. So keep that in mind. Let's see, is there something on the next page? No, there isn't. Next page, stats, and kits. Okay. So, good start. Now let's customize it. Let's tailor this so that it fits your community. I see you've got this icon in the left-hand corner there. I would change that up a little bit. I'd love to introduce you to vector graphics to make it look like a higher quality graphic than what this is. You can see this pixelating around the edge of this. You don't want to see stuff like that. Anyways, you're on your way. Let's just take it to the next level. All right. And just to remind me, we are on a 10x server. We're going to go check out the ROAD here in a minute. I just quickly need to check on their gather. Which also includes their stacks, of course. Excuse me. So, Squeakums, if you're still here, did you actually load it up or did you just think about it for a minute? Because if it's been as long as I think it's been since you guys have played, I'm thinking that you would probably be looking at a completely different game than what you've seen in the past, especially after yesterday's wipe, because the maps changed so much on yesterday's wipe. So, okay, so stacks are good. Gather is good. Let me see if I can get a kit. I just need some tools, really. I don't really need anything else. We've got a weapon in that one. Got a whole bunch of components in that one and no tools. All right, fine. So I got to do this naked-handed. That's fine. Let's see. We don't have owner in this server. And it's on an Oxide server. Logo is incredibly similar to what? I didn't recognize it. Thought about it at the gym like an hour ago. Still have it installed. Last launched in January of 2022. Squeak. Squeak. So many of you have probably heard me talk about or seen me mention Squeak. That's who that is. He is the builder of my machines. So like the last three or four machines have all been built by Squeak. He's my guy. Ooh, loot. Loot not good on a 10x server. Loot not good for 10x. Not good. Oh, come on. I was hoping it was just that one container, but it's not. I think loot is vanilla, which is super unfortunate. You entice people to come into your server because it's advertised as a 10x server, and then you give them vanilla loot. Egad. Egad. Yeah, 4. Yeah, I think it was 4. But for some reason, I can't think of the fourth one. I've got the Stormtrooper. I've got the Black Beast. I've got this one. I can't remember the fourth one. I thought there was 4 as well. Stormtrooper is still going strong, but the Black Beast, I'm bringing you the Black Beast when we hook up next week. And I'll just give it to you. You can take it home with you and figure out why it won't load up. I think you're right. I think it's like you said, it's a fan issue. So we've got a scientist on top of this sperm kit over here. And I don't have any way of defending myself. So we'll see if I can sneak up on him and check out the loot in there. But unfortunately, I don't have high hopes because what is this? I've never seen this. This is totally brand new to me. Does somebody recognize this? All of the shelving has been taken out of the middle of the store. I understand this is obviously a custom monument, but is it? And that door's gone. That's weird. So, where are we at so far? Loot is trash. This is not okay. This is not okay. And I feel like that scientist up there is going to wreck me. Black. Oh, the Cooler Master case. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. You're right. Can't get up there. Oh, yeah, you can get up there. So let's see what this... Yeah. So he's going to wreck me, and I have nothing to defend with. This is... Ugh. I don't want to trash on it. Spent all day in config, almost 30 vehicle types. I think Vital has something similar. So this is a custom monument that's been added, but like this isn't... Oh, it is. There we go. So right there. Restora sperm kit. So custom monument on a custom map. That makes sense. We've got the Restora Oasis. See, this is what I was talking about on my previous videos. Naming those lakes. Love it. I'm betting that there's something there worthwhile checking out, but it is a little bit far away. I'll try to get over there. So loot is terrible. Gather rate is on point for sure. I'll give him that. Let's see. And we have kits. Do we have shop? Oh, right. This isn't set up yet. Do we have skin? Do we have... What do we have? Right, so we're going to links that don't exist yet. So I'm assuming that this just is at a very beginning stage. They're not done setting this up yet. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. But as it stands right now, they're sitting at about a 7 out of 10. I can't go any higher than that because loot is way off. It's misleading to the players that do join your server. And if a player joins your server, you want to keep them on your server. We've got AI turned off. That's just a performance issue. It's not good nor bad. It's just something that people choose to do. It does reduce the load on your server a little bit, so you'll notice that animals don't attack. Totally cool. Poor name choice, looks like a copycat. So I think what they were trying to do is take advantage of Rustoria, except like you can't do that with a bland header image and no description. Like if that's what you're trying to do, that's not the way to do it. I don't encourage people to do that. That's actually a terrible idea. If you can't come up with your own ideas, don't try to steal somebody else's. It's like the worst. It's the second worst thing you can do in Rust. AI should only be off when the pop is over 500. I agree with the sentiment. I just don't agree with that number. I think it should be off far lower than that. Like 250, 300. Copied Rustoria name, Rustinity logo, and Vital Monument. Eek. The fact that you know that right off the top of your head is so impressive. Your guys' brains work in ways that I envy. So that's what was meant by saying that they copied the logo, and I didn't recognize it because I've never played on any of those servers. So we've got a 7 out of 10 here. They're not. It's not going well. Not going well at all. This is the Rustora Oasis that we're approaching here right away. So. What do you guys think? I'm actually thinking about maybe dropping that score a little bit. I don't know what the hell this is. Let's assume that they're just starting out. Let's assume that, please. Like, what is this? Is this going to be part of an event later? Did they just build this for somewhere really easy, convenient to build on? Like, what is this? Fix your loot. Oh, I'm getting mad. Oh, I gotta turn that off. I gotta stop getting mad. But a player, like a random player joining your server, they would be mad. They'd be pissed if they came in here and saw that they had been duped. Oh, look at that. Yeah, a bit dry. I agree. Having the animals frozen on a server that I don't think there's any other players on. No, I'm the only player on this server. So like there's literally nothing to do in this server. Go around and gather loot. That would be about it. Was there any events that I didn't see there? We've got one player with 20,000 points, which means they didn't wipe their stats yesterday. Clan core. Oh, this is OTK. That's the clan. Okay. Okay. And then individual stats. Okay. I gotcha. So since yesterday, according to this, since yesterday, 173 NPC kills? No. That means they didn't wipe their stats. Or was that lifetime? Maybe that was lifetime, actually. I didn't check that. Probably a 2, hey? Oh, that's painful. That is so painful. Mabel dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. If you received a membership from Mabel, be sure to thank them in chat. Abel is one of the moderators in my Discord. All right, so BMGJet says 4 out of 10. I'm inclined to agree with that assessment. The gather rate is there. The loot is way off. Do we have like anything? Okay, so we do have teleports set up. Let's see, do we have actual features of it set up? So we do, so we can teleport to outpost. Not allowed to use the bandit command. Yeah. So there we go. We don't really have anything to check out. Let's see, what else can I check? Hardstyle, weren't you what did you say that you were just joking? Oh, 2. Yeah, gotcha. Hardstyle, weren't you saying that you weren't able to receive gifts? Did you ever get that sorted out? Maybe that wasn't you. I should not try and use my memory hole because it doesn't always work very well. Server owner is sleeping on the update. Yeah, it's and I look at server owners like that, and I just say, like, how lazy can you be? Like, there are server owners out there. Here, I think this is the God Rock that I was looking for. There are server owners that will spend days, weeks, months. Yeah, this is the God Rock that I was looking for. This is as close as I can find to the one that BMG found on that one live that we were on a couple weeks ago. So I'd be happy with this one. This is one of the ones that I was upset that they had taken away, but I'm glad now that it is back. There are server owners out there that will spend like days, weeks, months, even years setting up their servers. And it is an ongoing process. It's something that we're working on all the time. We can be doing something in like at work, at our day jobs, or out on the mountain or whatever, and we'll just get this idea that pops into our brain, and then we can't wait to get back to implement it onto our server. This server is not that. This is a relative disappointment. Now let's try to be fair a little bit about it. This is an AU server, right? So it is tomorrow afternoon, which is Saturday for them. No, I can't even, because Saturdays are like, it's the weekend. There should be players in here. There should be things going on. Frustrating. I'm going to take this suggestion and go with the 4 out of 10 on this one. I'm not happy. Slot counter shows on some of the backpack buttons. That's why I like it. So you can see how full it is while using gather. That is a fair assessment. I do like that feature, but not enough to have that UI on my screen. All right, so I think we're done here. We're going to mark this one as 4 out of 10. Not finished. Improper update. Improper wipe. Features not finished. All right, so we've got time. We can do one more. What are we at here? Oh. We don't really have time to do one more, but we're going to do one more anyways. How's that? How's that work out for you guys? Okay, so we're at 168 now. See, I love the fact that as I'm doing these, the number increases. So we're going to go to 128. Just going to confirm that we haven't been there yet. I doubt it because it's a fairly high number. I can barely count that high. Yeah, we're good. So 128. And this is Brit Rust 10X is where we're going. And all the custom build spots, E22 is the best under the water, but loads of flat areas built into the map for large 10x style bases. Obviously, this information isn't going to be valid anymore. I obviously sent that in prior to yesterday's update, but we're still going to go in and have a look. Is that right? Brit Rust 10X. And so the only Brit Rust that's showing up is actually a 5X. And they've got a 5X on the community list, which means vanilla. With craft, instant craft, no BPs, kits, my mini, and more on the community list. Shame for shame. And Brit Rust, aka Rasta Paradise 5X, we're back, it says. Let's go in and have a look. I have no idea if this is the right server or not. They didn't give me... This isn't the right server. There's no way this is the right server. They gave me a Discord link that did not match up. Yeah, we're going to, in fact, here, let's just go in. I'm going to actually join this Discord. I know I don't normally do that lately, but we're going to do it today just to make sure that I'm actually going into the right server. Invalid invite. Damn it. And they don't have a website. So this is what I'm seeing as it's loading in. It says we're back in brackets and then Mont something after that. I have no idea what that means. But it is Brit Rust. But it's a 5X and it's supposed to be a 10X. Blazing Bandits with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I appreciate that support. If you got one of those 5 gifted memberships, be sure to thank Blazing Bandits in chat. Have to pass on the buck. Yeah, that's not the server. You're right. It's definitely a... I wouldn't even go so far as to say that it's a copycat. I think it's just this is a British server. You know what I mean? Like, seems like someone took his name. Brit has no servers. Yeah, fair. Okay. Checking right now. Oh, you changed your icon, man. It's messing me up. So you know this Brit Rust? Okay. Okay, so this is a copycat. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What'd you do? What did you do? No spamming. No spamming, Mr. Blue. Okay. So we don't really know if we're on the right server here, so I'm only going to spend a couple of minutes trying to sort this out. It seems like Mr. Blue has an idea of what's going on in the background. So we'll see what happens there. The lag on this server is atrocious. So on the left, in the top left there, that says Rasta Paradise. So Brit Rust, aka Rasta Paradise. Welcome to Brit Rust 5X. Skin box extras, blah, blah, blah. Water bases, remove. This is way too much information. We've got the Discord link right there. He's a bit famous on YouTube doing silly Rust videos. Okay. Yeah, this is a mess. So this isn't the server that was listed on their form. This is just, I just searched up Brit Rust. So this is somebody trying to capitalize, or feels like somebody trying to capitalize on a well-known YouTuber that I don't know, but that clearly other people do. What a nightmare. Look at the size of this map. Good lordus. What? Okay. We're out of here. We are out of here. Mr. Blue wants to see the form. I can do that. How can I send you just this one form so that it makes sense? So you sent me a link to the... Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. We're not spending any more time in here. I just got a tidbit of information there that tells me that we are on the wrong track. So we're out of here. We're done with that. I'm going to make a little note here. Yeah. But I still do owe you one more, so let's do one more. We're 168. And we're going to go into number 55. 55 has already been done. Number 55 was rustelevated.com, and they did score a 10 out of 10. So let's grab another one. We've got 40. And we have not been in 40 yet. Submission number 40 is Rust Fantasy Nova PvE. Rust Fantasy Nova PvE. Yeah, glitched bases, 0 out of 10. I agree. Yeah, I can show you. So, let me just make sure I've got, okay. All right, this is the form. What do you want to see? Modded. So this is obviously only valid from way back then. This is the server name. This is the IP address. This is the Discord link. That's, I mean, there's not a whole lot of information to be had on here. That's all I need. But hopefully that helps you out a little bit. And Rust Fantasy Nova is not showing up for me. But that's probably just because I think it's in EU, right? I guess we don't know that for sure. Just bear with me here, just working in the background a second. Maybe, eventually. There we go. 0 server query results. Attempting direct connect. So that was, this is number 40. So again, like based on, you know, that number, it could be an old server. It could be an abandoned server. That server is now called Gigabit Test. Okay. Let's try, what else can we try here? Let's do, I guess we'll check on Battlemetrics. That wasn't doing me much good, but let's try it again. So we've got Rust Fantasy Nova. There we go. There we go. We've got 4 out of 70 players currently on right now. So it is connectable. Let's try to grab this one. Good. All right. So we're loading in. Yeah, exactly. So if you were number 2, that means you probably filled out your form in May, maybe even April. And yeah, that's the nature of random. I just supposed to say that's the nature of Rust, because I say that all the time. I don't like these. I don't like them. They're coming in too often. These Streamlabs messages. Don't like them. And unfortunately, I have no way of searching for where you are. Not that I would tell you, but yeah, there's no way that I can search for that. I would have to manually go through each individual one, which I guess I could do. There's only 168 of them now. Yikes. Why are people in my shop still? Good Lord. And with the total wipeout Tuesday night, I almost missed it. Yeah. Yeah, would not have been sucky. Holy. You knew you were going to score well. You know that you've put in the wrench time on that server. You knew that it was going to do well. No Rules Rust. Check them out. They're in the Rust server directory. I would spend time on that server. There's no question. It's put together very well. Niche, no problem. Thank you for watching the tutorials, because without you watching them, I'm just a dude sitting here talking to nobody. Make sure you've joined the community. Go to the Discord and get in there, because there is a ton of really skilled people in the Discord as well. Discord.srtbull.com. See, I should be able to do this, but I can't. I set all that up earlier today, and it didn't work. Razor, how's it going, man? That's okay. That is okay. Yeah, we've had a couple of really good servers, and we've had a couple of really bad servers. Really bad servers, actually. We've had a couple of copycats. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, so this is Rust Fantasy Nova 5X. And this, no, is that right? Yeah, okay. So this is the server that we're in right now. Oh, except you guys can't see that. Let me change that. So we're in Rust Fantasy Nova 5X, claiming Action Packed. Yes, we are the original Rust Fantasy with a new IP address. All your skill tree, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So having a first look, this is the original server info, which I'm shocked that people are still using. I'm glad that people are still using it because it's free. But wow, there's oh damn, Razor dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Razor. I appreciate you, man. If you received one of those free gifted memberships from Razor, be sure to thank him in chat. Razor is one of the plugin developers in the community. He owns and operates myvector.xyz. I'm kind of glad that you guys don't have to hear that. I wish that I didn't have to hear that. Let me see if I can do something about that. No, I'm not going to do something about that. All right. So having a look here, the info panel is, I love the fact that they've dove right into customizing things. However, this color scheme is terrible. There's not enough differentiation between the text at the front and the image at the back. So I would darken that up. I would increase my font size because there's some stuff going on over here that I don't even know what it's trying to say. VIP Beast, click here. Okay, so these are just VIP benefits, perks, whatever. That's all the information that's on here. Okay, so we've got access to the commands that I'm assuming is available to everybody. They want you to join the Discord to find the full list of commands. I'd probably do that just because I can't read any of this stuff. And so I know people are going to look at this and say this looks terrible. I understand that. However, the information that's on here is the information that I'm looking for. The person who killed Bull was not an admin. Okay, good to know. I just found it strange that it was the only other person on the server and just happened to be right where I am. That's the only reason why I say that. Okay, alive, you're leaving? Okay, that's fair. Sorry. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but okay. We do kind of have to wait. Oh, look! I have admin on this server. Glorious. Alright, so we can check things out. Do we have... Okay, so we don't have that. That's fine. So we are going to give this a little bit of time so that it can turn back to daylight. Oh, alive. This is your server? Okay, so let's have a look. So I can actually talk to you. Yeah, Streamlabs is a bot and I hate it. It's making me angry. So the image is fine. You just need a little bit of differentiation between the image and the text that's in the front of it. That's all I was saying. I actually like this. I said that. No. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just saying, make the information more readable. Like on the left-hand side here, we've got Nova Commands is a decent size font. Why aren't these ones? Or more importantly, when you click on this, why doesn't it say you don't have permission to access this? Or something along those lines. Use admin time. No, that's a F1, right? Yeah. Let's do that. All right, so cool. Yeah, you're right. So, having a look around, is this custom? Not custom, but feels rather large. Is that a fair assessment? Okay, so we've got rateable bases, right? Is that what this dome is? Probably. Yowza, Kanowza. What have you got going on here? This guy's gonna try and wreck me, right? No, okay. Oh, yeah. I thought for a second there it was going to leave me alone because I hadn't engaged yet. But, yeah, that's okay. Do we have, can we click on the map? Yeah, okay. So, I don't really understand these hot air balloon things up in the sky. We had the, what was it? It was that ship event, right? Same thing, I'm assuming. So you got to fight all the NPCs down below. Is this rateable? Is this rateable bases? Or is this something else that people have built that just use rateable bases? Right? Yeah, it's definitely a large map for sure. Kings of Valhalla has offline raid protection, 750 per scrap per hour. Okay, damage reduction. The boom selling in the shop that srtbull saw was for the one legend VIP on the server. Okay, so this is rateable bases. Okay, cool. People love this concept, and the more creative and crazy that people get with it, the better. The default bases that comes with rateable bases, while they are challenging and super fun, I mean, you see them everywhere, right? So when people start getting creative like this, I'm here for it. So having a look around the info panel, we've already torn that apart. Let's see, do we have kit? Yes, we do. We have kits. What's in our starter kit? Does it give me some tools? Yes, it does. So we're going to go through the regulars. Oh my God. How can you tell I've been at this for 2 hours? These people that do like 24-hour live streams and stuff like that, like how's that possible? So we've got the skill tree. Fantastic. I'd like to see these kind of start making a little bit more sense, these skill trees. Like, I understand what they're doing, and so do most people. But it's just a little bit, I don't know. I don't know what the word is. Janky, I think, is the word. And I forget. So this is 5x. So by taking down one tree, I gained a level and earned 2 skill points. Okay. And let's just take down this node here right quick. I see you love playing around with colors. That's good. Just be careful with it. It streams too far away from what it should be. So just be careful with that. I mean, I guess unless that's what you're going for, in which case that's fine. So gather rates are good. Stacks are good. Let's have a look at Lewitt. That's not a road. That's a road over there, but we can do this. I keep forgetting that we can do this. So any bets? Like, based on what we know about this server so far, what do we think loot is going to look like? Six hours before wipe, we purge with PvP. Okay, so this is a PvE, right? That makes sense. And loot is definitely modded and pretty hard to tell with that one. But would you call that 5x? When I'm looking at loot to judge its mod level, I look at scrap just so that everyone knows what I'm looking for. So that does feel pretty 5x. We've got other things in there that are definitely more than 5x for sure. We've got the backpacks, which is great, except we've got the UI on screen, which, as you all know, I don't love. So here's a question. So why do some people have the gather mode turned on within backpacks and then don't use the retriever plugin on top of that? I've seen it a couple of times, and it's like, I wonder if people don't know that item retriever is actually a separate plugin. I don't think it should be. I think it should be a feature that you can turn on and off, similar to gather mode, but I do see a lot of people not using it. I don't really understand that. The layout of the UI for the skill tree is terrible. That's what I was politely trying to say, but yeah, I agree with that 100%. Could not agree more. Where'd he go? I just want to see if I get anything for killing this NPC. Damage report for scientists. First locked on. Yeah, okay. So NPC loot could do some, could have some help, that's for sure. But everything else looks good. And having all of these extra items in your loot table is good, is okay. I'm okay with that, because you've got backpacks with gather mode. So it's not like players are going to hit 2 barrels and get full up on inventory right away. And we don't have instant barrels here, which means we have to pick things up off the ground like a bunch of peasants. And so, yeah. So let's start looking at some commands. So we did kit already. So these graphics in here, I mean, obviously, or I shouldn't say obviously, but my assumption is most of these are done with some sort of AI, which there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, those definitely aren't. These just look like vector images. And we've got a bunch that don't have images that are working, unless they're trying to pull and they're going really slowly. If you're using Imgur for your image hosting, please stop. I'm pretty sure that just opening this up, if you're hosting all of your images at Imgur, you would get rate limited. So that could be what's happening, or there just might not be actual images in there. Either way, just my piece of advice, stop using Imgur if that's what you're using. And what else do we have? So we've got a bunch of VIP things that I'm assuming that I don't have access to. I probably do because I'm in admin. Yeah. It feels like there's very little information in there. What was I going to check? Oh, SIL. Okay, so I do have access to those things, probably again because I'm admin, not because I'm a VIP or anything like that. I'm just a P. Just a regular P. Head over here and check out Dangerous Treasures. What's F1 console saying? What? For errors, it will let you know if the URL is dead. I don't know. I don't know what that means. So Dangerous Treasures is a classic. People that aren't using it, you should definitely check into it. It's actually pretty fun. It's a little bit like Rateable Bases. In fact, Rateable Bases is built off of the platform that is Dangerous Treasures in a way. But that's good. You don't see that very often anymore. What is that loot? Did you just get 15 industrial splitters? Yes, I did. But the loot is kind of crazy, actually. It's a little bit overdone, and there's a lot of junk in there. So if you're using alpha loot, you should go through it and filter out your junk stuff. Like, nobody needs picture frames, nobody needs candles. All of these things can be crafted if people actually want them, and you're honestly just taking up space when people are out looting. The Halloween bag, like, what are we doing there with the Halloween bag? I get it, but there's a way of doing this properly so that it feels more natural. It's a hard way of Hard way of doing it. Or hard way of explaining it. Hard thing to explain. Oh my god. What was the gender thing that we were talking about? You said stop showing something on screen, and I'm going to try and show it again because I want to know what you're talking about. Yeah. Candles is a pay-to-win skin. Oh, you mean it's a DLC from Face Punch? I gotcha. But that doesn't, that like, so why is it part of the inventory or part of the loot table though? It was my question. It doesn't need to be there. What do you guys think about having the kill feed in the top right hand corner like that? I personally, I could take it or leave it. I don't really care. But it does take away from the natural feel of Rust. And you will see it in quite a few servers. Like, I believe Rust Mania has it like that. I think No Rules Rust had it like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just, it is what it is. But, yeah, I just want to know what you guys think of it. So we've got somebody that flew up and is doing this raidable base. Some of this stuff isn't rendering because I'm in debug cam. Let's see if I can get it all to render. Oh, maybe that's it. I thought it was because I hadn't let it rendered yet. I hadn't let it render yet. But no, that's just legit. Okay, the info image. Doing it again. Yeah, I still don't know what you're talking about as far as the gender thing goes. That's okay. Blue Haven, I've got a video request that I think I'd do very well in terms of views. Could you do a video with someone that knows Grafana very well and can give tips and tricks on the how to diagnose issues? That person is Lil Civ, and I would have to talk to Lil Civ and see if he would come on and do a video. But I got no issue with that. It's an expensive skin, maybe that's why. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. So I'm just going to stop worrying about what it is that you are talking about. Do we have oh no, we do. We need that. We need this. We need that. No, we don't have it. All right, cool. So what do you guys think? I have my opinion, but I want to hear. Ours is set up fast so as not to clog up the display. Yeah, exactly. That's great. I just, again, I don't love the getting away from the vanilla Rust feel, but I don't hate having just the kill feed in the top right hand corner. I'd be interested in that video as well. I have some plugins that have long hook times. So, Old Guy Gaming, does that mean that you're not currently using Grafana right now? Map is too big for the population. That's a fair assessment. What were we at? Oh, 2 or 5. Sorry, 5 out of 70. Yeah. Oh, you are okay. Good. I like Grafana, and maybe I'm not using it to its full potential because I don't have a lot of plugins on my server that cause me any issues. So maybe I haven't been put in a situation where it has been hugely beneficial to me. I want to go see what this guy's doing. What is this? Weinberger? Is that what it said? Yeah, Weinberg. Let's go see what Weinberg is doing. Custom mini helis with storage on them. That is definitely a modified heli. There's no way he should be able to fly around that quick. Crash. Oh, ouch. Going in for the random treasures. No, that's not what it's called. It's called, what's it called? I just said it like 2 minutes ago. Okay, I need to know what you guys think. That's a good way to determine if a plugin is causing you incremental lag issues when it calls a hook. Absolutely. How did this guy get all the way over there? Oh, because he's admin. What do you guys think of this server? I'm having a hard time. It's got UIs all over the place. It's got kill feed way over there. It's this info panel is what it is. The kits are good. I didn't go into all of them, but we've got some kits. I'm trying to decide if I like the AI generated images or I hate them. I can't decide. We've got, looks like a custom sky. I'm having a hard time with this one. So we've got an entire conversation going on over here about Grafana. So clearly people do want that information. So Lil Civ, there you go. We need to get together and put something together on that. The video that I did do currently on Grafana, I know that it's missing some details because I didn't have a full understanding of what was going on at the time. Now I could do a better job, but I'd still love to bring somebody else in on it and get the direct feedback. Maybe it's on a live stream. I don't know. David has dropped in 5 gifted memberships. So if you received a free gifted membership, be sure to thank David in chat. Oh, Mabel got one. And yeah, cool. Yeah, I do love Grafana. It would be a very powerful tool if I were chasing down a problem. There's no question. So Weinberg, why are you engaging up here? I wonder. The UI elements need to get more aligned. Pick a theme and align everything so that it's uniform. That is a fair assessment, actually. That's actually a really good point. I didn't put enough weight on that. These fonts on the left-hand side here, they need to be lined up a lot better. You can definitely do some work in your info panel. I'll give you that. It would be helpful to bring a dev in on that video who is familiar with what hooks do. My expertise is more so on the back end of setting it all up. Yeah, that's fair. Which I could probably make that happen, actually. Okay. And, oh, he's flying in a heli. Okay, that makes more sense. I was about to give somebody shit for flying around on their server. Glad I didn't say anything. All right. So we need to score Rust Fantasy Nova 5X. We need to score it. I'm not in love with it. I think that it needs a lot of polishing still. The fact that they have 5 out of 70 players on there is good. That means that they're, and especially because, wait, do we know if this is EU? I assume this was EU. Oh, it is PvE though. That is the issue. Okay. Razor dropping the $20 super chat. Make FP stop breaking things. That is a fair point, except for the great thing about FP breaking things is they very quickly fix things as well. What have we had? Like 2, maybe 3 patches since yesterday's update. So they took care of their business. It's not rust if, yeah, it's not rust if Face Punch doesn't break things. Yeah, that's actually a valid point. Just don't use hooks. Problem solved. That's a fair assessment. What did you say? I must have missed something up there. Fairy boxes are still invisible for 3 months. Razor working on the ferry, on the ferry boats plugin. All right. I didn't get that. Oh, shut up. Okay, Rust Fantasy Nova. I'm gonna score this an 8 out of 10. There's quite a bit of polishing that needs to be done. However, all of the functionality, no, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Actually, I'm gonna take 1 more point off because loot is out of control. Yes, it's modified. Yes, there's backpacks that go along with it, but there's just too much junk in there still. So make sure you go through your loot table and clean that up a little bit. Deal with some of the details on your info panel because that's literally the first thing people see when they join your server. So it's important that that is impressive, accurate, and informational. And deal with your images that aren't loading correctly on your kits menu because that can turn people off too. But yeah, so I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe you guys completely disagree with that, and opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink. So, just for the record, just so that everyone knows what's going on here, we currently have 40 viewers watching right now, right this second. 40 people watching. And we only have 33 likes on this video so far. There are YouTubers out there that will get pouty pants if their likes don't exceed their current viewers. I understand that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but that's a fact. 7, okay, Mario, thank you for the support. I appreciate that. I think 7 is fair. I do think that 7 is fair. Thanks, Old. I appreciate that. It's not a bug. It's a billable opportunity. I love that. I do love that. Oh my God. My ears are on fire. I don't even know why I wear my headset when I'm streaming because, yeah, I have to read everything you guys say anyways. Maybe they're rage watching and disliked it. Yeah, that's fair. I would say today I probably was a little bit more brutal than I ever have been in the past, except for the ones that were absolutely trash. Those ones have to be called out. Yeah, I was a little bit more critical today than I normally am. This is how tolerance looks like. I don't like those words anymore. They've lost all meaning in the last 4 years. So we started the evening off with Mabel gifting 5 gifted memberships, and then Blazing Bandits came in with their 5 gifted memberships. Razor, of course, dropped his 10 gifted memberships, and David dropped another 5. Razor donated $20 through Super Chat. You guys that keep supporting me week in and week out, I appreciate everything you all do. I'm not good at what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not good at showing appreciation. I'm not comfortable with it. No, I'm not comfortable with receiving things that I need to show appreciation for. That's the better way of putting it. But I'm working on that. So that's I'm working on it. How do you sign up for a server audit? You go to the address that is right here. Can I put that? No, I can't. You go to audits.rustadminacademy.com and you fill out that form. Is how you do that. Okay, so Lil Civ, I do sugarcoat. I'm trying to be nicer to people than I probably should be, because some servers that we've been in are absolutely trash, and I don't say that, and I probably should. But I want people to stay encouraged. I don't want to make people rage quit and stop developing their servers anymore. So I'm trying to encourage them to do better instead of saying you're trash. Razor dropping another $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Audit my personal Dungeon event plugin. I need more ideas. I need to start getting more or back into my vector.xyz plugins. I haven't been there for quite some time. I've just been grabbing my updates that I need and not spending any time on your newer plugins. So we do need to connect. I still owe you a giveaway, which is like, I don't even understand. I can't put to words why that happened. And so, yeah, we do need to connect. So we will do that. 6 months of waiting on that list. So Alive, to be fair, you're not the only one, because Shady has waited, I think, longer. Shady was literally the second person on the list. And so however long ago that was, April or May, I think we decided. Okay, so Alive, this is Alive saying this. I'm going to read Alive's comment. Alive says, go to Karuza's server now. It's 10 out of 100. That translates to a 1 out of 10. Just saying. That was Alive that said that, not me. Yeah, you guys need to go check out Karuza's server. I personally haven't been there yet, but I have seen a ton of videos of people that were on Karuza's server. Very custom, very cool. I did get a copyright strike on that video that I showed showing off that plugin, so shame on me. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna shut it down for this week. We did. I think I did more servers today than I have in the past, except two of them. Two of them we ditched out on right away. No, 3 of them we ditched out on right away. So we've only done 4 today. But let's shut it down for today. Oh, he means player count. That makes so much more sense. I thought you were ranking Karuza's server. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in next time we're doing server audits. The traction on these is getting better and better. So I'm hoping that maybe by year's end, we'll wipe that list and we'll start over again. Maybe, hopefully, as long as you guys keep enjoying these, I'm going to keep doing them. So, yeah, keep it up. And, thanks for all the support for the super chats and the memberships and all that stuff. I'm going to run out of here. I'm going to show you guys this again. Oh, I can't do it on there. This is what my YouTube memberships look like right now. So I'm going to have to squeeze it all together a little bit more so that I can fit a couple more names on there. But I'll do it. I'll figure out a way. I did not promise. I didn't promise anybody anything. Gotta fix that notification. I will. I don't know what, something different happened today that I've never experienced before, but I'll definitely check into that. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy these new maps and have some fun. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.